Hey everyone, I just want to take a quick break to shout out our sponsor, ASI Racewear. ASI Racewear has been serving racers with custom designed fire suits, team uniforms, and racing apparel throughout the Northeast and East Coast for 40 years. They are, if you're a racer, if you're a race team, whatever you are, if you're starting your own team, they are the apparel and embroidery process that you want to go through. They've got a world-class art department. They've got world-class manufacturing processes that make them efficient with a quick turnaround and delivery. ASI Racewear is your best source of racing wear, period. Period. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Again, you've got to check them out, asiracewear.com. You could also contact Al Heisley at gmail.com. We'll put the email up there. He will help you out to get that custom racing apparel that you so deserve. They're world class. They're easy to work with. They'll communicate. They'll work around your schedule, whatever it is. And they've got quality products. So make sure you check out ASI Racewear all over the Northeast and the East Coast. Check them out. Let's get back to the show. All right, and welcome back to another episode of Johnny on the Track. And we're doing things a little differently. We got some different topics. We're going to talk gaming, NASCAR gaming this week. And my guest, friend of the show, supporter of the program, he's the owner of SPP Racing League on PlayStation 4, and that's a NASCAR PlayStation, like I said, PlayStation 4 Racing League. And we'll call him a NASCAR console gaming analyst. He is Matthew Meals. Matt, thank you for coming on the show.
Glad to be here. It's a huge opportunity for me, plus the league itself. It just getting us out there, it helps out a lot.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So you've got this league, and we're gonna refrain from saying the whole name here for maybe some copyright stuff, but it's the SPP Racing League. So I'll do a little preface on how I found you guys. So I was in a Facebook group, which I'm actually still in, and Facebook group Sony, I think it was like NASCAR Heat, Heat 5 racing, like online group on Facebook. And right. I was just looking for a league, and you guys were recruiting. You guys were nice enough to let me in. I had a freaking blast racing with you guys. When I get to do it, I just turned out to be just so busy. And so I was like, you know what? I'm starting this podcast. I was graduating college at the time. So I had so much going on, but man, I really did have a blast. There's so much to be said about league racing, whether it's iRacing, console racing, whatever you do it on, it is a blast. So talk to me. Again, I know a lot about the league, but for those who don't, talk to me about league racing, talk to me about the league, and let's go through a little history of everything.
Well, I will say we do miss you being with us. We really do.
I appreciate that.
Especially, remember Darlington, we had that hell of a battle with Darlington. Got early in the season, got my first win of the season. So only got that one win, but hey, one win's good enough for me. Still got myself into the playoffs, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah, no, we had a blast, and I'll fill the blanks real quick. So Matt and I battled for Darlington first and second. Had a chance to pass him with probably like 5-7 to go. Couldn't get around him. Couldn't get that air I needed.
I was better out. I was better out than you were.
Yeah, for sure. I had it on the straightaways, but Matt had him on those turns, and that's what the experience is. So yeah, talk to me about the league, everything, and what's going on.
Well, starting this week, which we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do for start time and stuff, because with Daytona being this weekend, for real NASCAR. Some guys are saying they want to watch the race, and then there's guys saying they can't make early time. So it's right now we're in a big fluster right now, but we're trying to work our ways through it. But besides that, we're at Bristol this weekend on Saturday night, and all of us are excited to get to Bristol. It's a fun track to run at in general. We've had a lot of competition there. Every time we go to, we had a lot of competition, and we're just happy to get this far. Like, allow us to repeat for playoffs, but we got some new guys in there as well that we got recruited this year. So, I mean, I would definitely say competition has definitely stepped up from this season versus last season, which was our first season. Our first season, we had competition, but not like we had this season.
So where can, let's say I'm a PlayStation user, I'm looking for a league. Where can I find you guys?
You can find us on Facebook and also Twitter.
Okay, and so that would be we'll say it for the podcast. It's all right. So Sony, what is it? Sony Pro Cup Series.
Sony PlayStation's Pro Cup. Well, yeah, for Cup Series, Pro Cup Series, but the whole name itself, it's Pro Racing League.
Okay, and when I do the promotion for the episode, I'll put that in everything, so people can know where to find you. So there's something to be said, right, about number of drivers. I honestly forget. We probably had like 20 to 25 out there. Yeah. When we got to when I was in. Are you guys looking for 40? Is that something you want to be you're into?
Right now, it's hard to say. I mean, because yes, we will be switching over to a new game once we all get access to it.
Sure.
Because however, now PlayStation has not gotten it out for us yet, sadly to say. But because we got, even for us this season, we're gonna have a more busier off season than we did last season, because especially with a new game coming out, we don't know what tracks are going to be on there. We only know certain tracks that are going to be like Daytona, the Bristol Dirt, then like a few other tracks like that they added to the schedule this season. But otherwise, it's been definitely busy off season for sure. Because I'm trying to nail down a little more on rules this year for next season. And for next season, we will be looking for more guys in the Cup Series. But probably right now, the Max are trying to just go with 16 guys, just be on the safe side. If servers hold up pretty good, we will pretty much maybe think about going deeper. But right now, we did a little more than we wanted to this year, but it was great to have our own. I mean, if we do get more than 16, the max we probably go is 20.
Okay. And so people probably don't know this, but you guys follow, right, a typical Cup Series format. You've got the typical regular season races. I know it doesn't align with the NASCAR schedule, which I you know what, if I had one recommendation to the league, perhaps Daytona 500. I know we start with that, but each week maybe following the structure. I think that would be cool. But if that's something you're not interested in, it follows a typical regular season. You grab your points, those points used for the playoffs, and then typical round of whatever it is all the way to the championship. Is that correct?
Yeah. Which, in fact, I'm thinking about for next season, for season 3, starting our Daytona 500 the same weekend as the real NASCAR Daytona 500.
I think you got to do that, Matt.
Except for on Saturday nights instead of Sunday.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, but that's good.
So same time, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
And you've got, right, you think about it, you've got Friday nights, you got trucks, Saturday day, right, you've got Xfinity.
Yep.
And then Saturday night, you get to look forward to the Cup race and race console gaming. Like that's pretty cool. I think that's something you should totally do. And like I said, before. These guys run a great show. It's a good league. The racing is really good. I know. Shout out Blake Thomas. Blake is a guy that, man, I've always said I don't know how you
And
can be so good on a like a
and guess
PlayStation game.
and guess what too? Guess who won the season championship again?
It's got to be Blake.
Yep.
I mean, the guy is insane. He was fun to watch out there. I learned a lot from him, like, just playing NASCAR games in general of like,
Me myself, I've learned a lot from Blake as well. And even some of the other guys like Brandon and like Kurt and guys like them, Derek LaRue, D44, if you remember that one better.
yeah.
Even the other Derek too. Both Derek's I've gotten help all around, which that's what I love about this league, in which I allow that myself too, where if you need help, come help each other, help somebody. That's what it's about. I don't care if you're not really teammates or nothing. We're all just here to have fun. It's not like a serious league or nothing. Yeah, we sometimes get heated, get serious into races, but as a typical racing, shit's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's true. It's true. And like you said, like, people were when we had the practices, when we got to practice and run the tracks that were going to be ran the week of, it was fun. It was fun. We talked, we decided like, all right, this is probably the best approach, giving each other tips on how to run different turns. And that was another thing I really enjoyed about the league. So yeah, man, again, thanks for giving me the opportunity. It was a lot of fun, a blast, to race.
Hey,
So
you can come back anytime you want.
oh, I know that. Oh, don't worry. I was gonna end this, this topic of, hey, you might see a little guest appearance by me, running Saturday nights if need be. And like I said, great show. You guys got to give this league, just check it out. You can always watch. I know do you guys still stream?
Some of the guys, yeah, they still do. They stream still, and like I know Blake does sometimes, and Brand does sometimes, and Kerr as well.
So that's right. So you can check it out, watch their streams. I know they've got social media for the league. So check it out if you're interested. I'm sure, like Matt said, they've got different leagues. Maybe you don't want to do the cups. Maybe you want to just stop by and race as much as you can in a competitive format. That's one thing, like I said earlier, that I really enjoy about the league stuff is you go to some of these public lobbies on the NASCAR games, and there's people just trying to wreck. That is not this. Yeah. It's not. People are racing clean. They're obviously racing to win, but they're racing clean. So if you want to try out trucks, want to try out Xfinity, want to try out for the Cup, they've got it all, and it's a good league. Anything else you want to add to end it?
The only thing would be we do run 50 for Cup. We run 50% length, and same with Xfinity. Xfinity sadly will have to stay on PS5 or not PS5, NASCAR 5.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Because how the new game does not have Xfinity.
Yep. Correct. Yes. So
that's the only sucky part about it. But otherwise, I really would encourage anybody to like come out, check us out. With me being the owner, I don't deal with too much bullshit. I really don't. And you know that.
Yeah, for sure.
You see me get mad, guys. When people start yelling out over the top of each other and then fighting and whatnot. I always had to be there to they stop it and just keep and yell myself, even though I didn't want to.
Right. But again, it's that's obviously the nature of competition. Yeah. And like I said, it's
like I said, sometimes tempers do flare, and it's just, and then everybody pretty much gets over it the next day, by next week.
Right.
So like, it's that kind of league that I am glad I'm running like that. Like I got all these people that will actually sometimes own up their mistakes, but 9 times out of 10 they do. Which I got a great group of guys. I really like a lot of my guys that have been with me all through season one, which who they are,
Hmm.
but they've been real loyal to me, and same with like everybody else, even you yourself, for example. I just can't thank everybody enough for like me getting this far. We're almost ending season two. We're in playoffs right now. It's been an interesting playoffs for sure because we set up the playoffs very wild this year, which I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you've seen the playoff schedule.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I mean, that was some wild tracks, and then just to make it change up differently, we decided to go kind of short track racing, I guess you could say, at Darlington for a championship. So I think that'd be a really interesting championship race for sure. It'd be really fun. Hoping I can get to the final four, but if I can just maybe at least get almost to the final four, it'd be good enough for me.
Well, good. Well, good. We'll be rooting for you, and we'll be following along to see who wins that championship, and all that. But we will. You talked a little bit about it. You gave a little sneak peek about NASCAR Ignition 21. Oh, no, sorry, NASCAR 21 Ignition. That's interesting. I feel like it should be NASCAR Ignition 21. But anyway, so you gave a little preview of that. It's just going to be Cup Series. This game is made by Motorsports Games. Its release date is targeted for October 28th, is available now for pre-order. I don't really know why, Matt, I'm reading this as if everybody should get out and buy it. I'm almost doing a sponsor here for them, but I'm excited. They're using Unreal Engine, which, just in the gaming world is the thing right now. A lot of games are using
Yep.
Unreal Engine. And for those that might not know what I'm talking about there, that's the engine that provides, like the 3D graphics and all that stuff. So the game looks beautiful based on trailer. They went with Unity, which is, I don't want to say an outdated kind of engine, but they're shying away from that and going to Unreal, which I think is a good move. Physics come from R Factor 2, which I don't really know much about. It seems like they're new. So that seems like something that is going to be interesting, how the physics work. I looked at the trailer, and some of the physics and the angles of the cars look really good. They've had two
Yeah, yeah.
years to work on this game. So, I
Yep.
mean, the thing about Heat 5 that was a little tough for me is that game really was only made in like 8 months to a year. Um,
Right.
Heat 4 was a great game, and I think they rushed Heat 5. It was kind of just an update of Heat 4.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, at least on Heat 5, some things were a little better than what were on Heat 4, though. Like the
agreed,
racing
agreed.
and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. The online
Yeah.
was good. They added some
Even
depth.
yeah, AI were definitely better too.
Yep, for sure, for sure. And the physics, honestly, were even upgraded a little bit,
Yeah.
but there's still a lot to go. So, what are your expectations for this new game?
Well, things I've always wanted to have in a NASCAR game would be which looks like you could drive out of the garage area. And from what filters we've seen, it kind of does look like you drive out of the garage area. Plus, in the trailer as well, you see the pit crew pushing a car out of the garage.
Yes, yes.
So I'm thinking that might be actually a thing happening. If that's true, I'm going to be so happy with just that feature right there, because I've always wanted that in every single NASCAR game.
I
But
think another thing interesting too, Matt, is with the garage pushing in, pushing outside the garage, maybe driving through pit lane. I know the F1 game has that. But I think
yeah,
another interesting thing is I saw the tablet. And
yeah,
if you
so
remember from older F1 games, I believe the tablet, which now is
yep,
used by crew chiefs
yep.
and the crew in the pit to input information, build your setups. I
Even
think
like
that'll be
guys back at
cool.
the shop as well.
Yep. Yeah. So I think that's something that we have to look at and say, all right, it seems like they're looking into how can we make this more realistic? How can we make it feel like you are actually controlling everything?
Yep.
And another thing I want to talk to you about is the customization. It seems that customization in the cars is going to be big. What are you expecting there?
I'm hoping a lot, honestly. I mean, I want to be the kind of big payment I want to see is like from like back in like the early NASCAR days, like talking like maybe 05, 06, 07, and hell, even to like 03 and whatnot. So I mean, where you had full customization, all paint scheme, any kind of scheme you wanted to pick, and or even like how you used to be able to put numbers on the car yourself and then skew them however you wanted to.
Yes, yes, yes.
I mean, I can talk about NASCAR games forever. I've played so many of them, but I didn't really get into league racing myself till like actually probably like NASCAR, either NASCAR 14 or NASCAR 15.
Okay.
So, and I ran one league, then after that season of that league, I started to start my own league up. So this is talking about like PS3 days.
Oh wow. All right. So
So I
you've
mean,
been doing this for a while, this
yeah.
stuff.
So I mean, it's how I've been. I will say I've been more rougher, well, tougher, I should say, as a league owner versus how I used to be, because I just learned from my mistakes pretty much.
And we all do.
Yep.
So let's talk about the different game modes. You mentioned league racing. So obviously that ties into online racing. One of the things I've been really looking for in NASCAR online is some sort of ranking system, some sort of better way to keep track of your stats. I think that's one thing that NASCAR Heat 5 really lacked. There wasn't much reward, to winning, right? You get a top 10
Yeah.
in a 40 man. It didn't really feel great because there was nothing that you could really get out of it. Do you think NASCAR, do you think this is something that they'll add, or do you think multiplayer kind of stays the same?
I don't think it probably on there right now, but then again, I could be wrong because I'm not sure how it was for the F1 games online, but and like R Factor and all that, but I think it's a possibility, but I wouldn't exactly expect it right off the bat in a way because it's just their first game. They just want to get out there, see how it performs, and then maybe in the next game, possibly so. But honestly, I do think it might just be just similar. But like I said, that's just my opinion. So I could be wrong.
So let's talk about the different game modes. Obviously, you've got online, you've got career,
Actually, I
you've
had
got
one more thing.
season. Yeah,
I
go.
actually have one more thing to say about the online. The only thing about online though, if you've ever read any of the articles they've had out there, it says that there's pretty much all open lobbies.
Yes, I did see
So
that.
that's what's kind of hurting us league owners in a way because now we got to figure out how we're going to try to do a private lobby, but without getting anybody new involved.
So I'm so glad you brought that up, Matt, because that's been a big talk is the I say the possibility, but it looks very likely that there is no private lobbies. And like you said, that's going to hurt league owners. That's going to hurt leagues. However, I personally think, and you can add on your thoughts here. I personally think they're gonna get the blowback if this turns out to be true, and they're gonna have to add private lobbies because online racing was huge in Heat 5.
Oh yeah,
So I think this
no,
is something they'll have to add. What do you think?
I agree with you 100% honestly because like like I was saying, it hurts me as a league owner. Plus, like all the other leagues out there, it's on PlayStation and whatnot, and it's same with Xbox as well.
Mm-hmm.
Both systems, and then same with like any PC leagues that are out there as well. Every league out there, that's probably when I mean there be people will buy the game, but people going because eventually we'll all figure out how to make a lobby going without getting anybody that's not supposed to be in it. I mean, common sense. We all know it's gonna happen because it's happened before in like games where we figure out certain things and stuff like
Right.
the old NASCAR games and learn something about it that was basically, I guess, saying the hidden trick, I guess I could say.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I agree 100%.
All right. So yeah, I mean, look, this is a big topic. It's been all over Reddit. That was one of the big things when they dropped the information on the game that a lot of people were upset about. But I wouldn't be surprised if they make a quick change. The one thing I will say that I really, really did not like about NASCAR Heat 5 is once that game was out, and they put out, a couple paint schemes that you could buy. That was it. They were done with that game. And my hope is that they were done with that game because they saw this coming. They saw bigger things. But to me, that's something that we cannot see in this new NASCAR game. This needs to be throughout the season. I know it only says NASCAR 21 on that label, but this needs to be going into 2022. If there's a new track, scan that track, add it, right? If there's
Yep.
new paint schemes, make sure you're up to date because it was lazy on their part to just stop. And I know a lot of people thought that in the same boat as me because I've seen it. I've posted this publicly on my Twitter on how upset I was with the lack of just keeping up with the game. So yeah, what did you think about that in Heat 5? Kind of just dropping the ball on things.
I I think they could have done a lot better, honestly, with that. I mean, it would been smarter to do, but then again, they only have a year from the time they drop the game to start new one up,
Yep.
get it out again. So that's what hurts them a lot, which that's what I'm afraid about with this, with like motorsports. I mean, yes, I think motorsports is a great company. I do think they do a very good job, better than what you Technics did and like all of them. But I'm afraid it's going to end up being a 1 year thing, and then I feel like we're not going to get the same result that we would want like after this first game. How they've been working on for 2 years now, so that's where that kind of concerns me at. But otherwise, I still kind of, if the game is as good as it looks and feels a whole lot different from Heat 5, then we'll have to see what goes from there pretty much. Just after the gameplay, and then even when other people release gameplay, like all the NASCAR YouTubers out there, the gamers, and so it's honestly hard to tell. But I really hope it would be more than a 1 year thing.
I agree, and I'm glad you said that. Well, first of all, we both are on the same boat there. We want this to be more than just a 1 year game. The label again concerns me. That NASCAR 21 really concerns me because they're not even looking ahead to 2022. But that's besides the point. You mentioned how I'm blanking on what you were saying, but you made a good point, and I'm really blanking on it. But anyway, so yeah, so looking into 2021, 2022, that's what we want to see. We want to see a game that's made fresh, continued. Let's again talk about now the different modes. What mode do you think needs to see the most change from Heat 5 to this game? Is it career mode? Is it improvements to online? Is it just basic, physics improvement and how the game feels? Oh, hold on. Hold that thought. I know exactly what you said. So you said, and I'll just cut this to go back. So you said that you want the game to feel and play as good as it looks. And that's a great point because this game does look good. The trailer makes it look really pretty. Graphics look good. I will say it's a little concerning that it's only on PS4 and Xbox and not next gen, because I think that can hurt how the
Actually,
actual.
I gotta stop you right there real quick.
Yeah, go.
It is coming on the next gen, but
At release.
Yeah, but they're getting for free though. Versus, no, we got to still buy the game, but again, all the like DLCs and stuff for free.
Okay, all right. So that's good. That's
That's how
good
it
to
would
know.
be a late, pretty much release date for them. So, I mean, I think they can. I don't know. No, they cannot pre-order it yet though. They have to already buy it themselves, but yet kind of like how it was for us on PlayStation with NASCAR Heat 5 and like Heat 3 when they both delayed to pass
Right.
release date or pre-order date, whatever. But so that's what they're getting, and that's gonna be for both the Xbox plus PS5.
Okay. All right. So that's good to note. But yeah, like you
That's
said, I
but
think.
it's not gonna be till sometime next year. I think after some 2022 sometime.
Oh wow. Okay.
Early though.
All right. All right. Well, that's good. At least like we said, they're trying, right? That's
Yeah.
good. And like you said, that point that you made, I think is brilliant. If it plays as good as it looks, I think this is going to be a good product. But let's get back into it. So the modes. What mode do you think needs the most improvement? Is it online? Is it just basic racing in general? Is it career mode? Could use some upgrading. What mode do you think could use it the most?
Honestly, there's not really. I can't just pinpoint one single out because it's pretty much career mode online and physics just a little bit, not just a little more to where you can actually where it feels like you're actually driving the car. And that's where you get if you're getting loose, you're actually getting loose and you're actually feeling it in the car itself. Like no matter if you use controller or even wheel, if you if you can feel that kind of like as soon as you start getting loose or you get even getting tight, you feel it just in the joystick or just feel it through like how some people say they can feel it through like through their body stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that say that kind of stuff, but I just it's pretty much all three in a way. I mean, AI could be a little better as well. That's another kind of pinpoint. So that would target even like race now as well. If you just want to do a regular single day race, even like maybe if they have like a championship mode or something like that. I mean, it but I think it would be a little bit better than what Heat 5 was though.
Yeah, I agree. And for me, right, you look at the F1 game, they come out with an awesome career mode, follows a story with a lot of you do this, it influences this next decision. And I think that's something that this NASCAR game can learn from. I hope they learn from it. I hope they see the product that the F1 put out and say, all right, we got to match that because look,
Exactly.
if you just put out a game that looks better, right, better visuals and a little
Yep.
bit better of of how you like you said how the car feels, how it handles crashes and all that physics in general, and that's it. You just stop there. This is going to be a failure. You need
Yeah.
to up customizations, which you say you're going to do. Put something in to spice up online play. Career mode can't just be generic. Can we go back to something like NASCAR Thunder 2003 where you're actually buying and
Yep.
recruiting people to work on your team using the money that you've earned,
Yep.
using that money to buy different parts to your car. I think this is all something that they need to bundle together. They need to put together to possibly put a really good game out there. So, but before we wrap this up, give me your last thoughts on pinpoint one thing. Like this is what I hope to see in this new game.
Honestly, I would love to see, like I said earlier, coming out, drive out of the garage area, and then possibly, like you said, down pit road or not, even like doing like caution flags and stuff, and you actually can like actually drive down pit road, kind of like iRacing, and drive down pit road all by yourself, and stop making pickoffs all by yourself, and no computer taking over as soon as you hit across that line. I mean, then again, I get the point of where to come from too, because then what if we gotta make adjustments too? So I mean, then they gotta factor in how they're going to do that. If we want to make tire adjustments, wedge adjustment, and things like that. So I mean, it's hard to tell at that point though. But if not, even just driving down the garage would be perfect fine with me. But hopefully also as well, I'm hoping like even just the racing in general, AI is better and all around. And like if you actually recognize, I want them to be like the old style too, like 05, 06, when they had rivalries and then you they actually come and hit you back because they'd be mad at you. I miss those days. It was, like that was awesome. That was it make you sometimes get you mad, but but that would be something to see in like the career mode or like if there's championship mode and things like that. It'd be pretty cool to see
Yeah,
that in there.
I hear you. I hear you. And that's something I hadn't even thought of. And I actually haven't heard a lot of people talk of, but the fact of possibly, you do have to drive down pit road. You do take the caution laps. Especially if not in online racing, you want to speed it up. I get it, but maybe in career mode to have that option. And again, maybe you can have an option where you just let the computer take over that for you. But I agree, there should be an option where it can get and feel as real as possible. And that's what this company says. That's what this company is out to do. They want to make this game as real as possible. So, you and I, Matt, will just have to wait and see what pans out with NASCAR Ignition, or sorry, NASCAR 21 Ignition. I'll get that. I'll get that right at some point.
I
They
got
should have
one more
just
thing
called
to
it.
add real quick.
Yeah, go.
Nothing I didn't think about earlier was how they're saying that there's going to be an interactive crew chief
Okay.
in the game. I'm wondering how that's going to work out and like how that is going to be.
Yeah, is the crew chief going to make the calls for you? Is he going to suggest calls of, all right, pit now? This is what I'm thinking we take. Maybe that's how they go, because I know a lot of it's your own call. But if there is some sort of interactive crew chief, again, I think that would be cool. Is there a mode where you can be it all? You can be a crew chief. You can be your own driver, right? I don't know. I don't know. They've got a lot to possibly work with. They've got a lot to
Yeah.
brainstorm around. But until then, we will have to wait till October 28th when the game is available for everyone. Matt, I appreciate you coming on. I want everybody to check out the league. Again, where can they find that league?
On Facebook and Twitter.
All right. So Facebook and Twitter, we'll have that in the description of the episode. We'll also have that on the tweet and Instagram post that we post. Matt, thank you so much for coming on. It was good to get in touch and do this. And yeah, we'll be watching the season finish out. And I hope that this gets you some more people in the different series you got running.
Yeah, we are mostly looking for more guys for Xfinity mostly right now. Cup with us being playoffs. We're taking guys a little bit, but they're not gonna be. No one's gonna be earning points just be for fun for them. But I also got to thank you as well for having me. It's just a great opportunity to actually be able to do this and get the league out there. It's just me making this little trying to get the league out there more helps me out a lot, and it pretty much will help me in general. Just to, especially with your help, how you really up the league, but which I really do appreciate that because I've had so many guys say it was the best league they've ever been in. And like a lot of my guys that's even been here for since season one, and obviously showing as a fun league as they came back for season two, and more likely be back for season three, and basically beat my loyal ones, and which I'm looking. That's all I look is for is like loyal people. It's it's hard to come by. I'm very grateful for the guys I do have now that run each and every week, and I couldn't ask for better guys to help me run this thing. Without them, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be almost 2 seasons in of just league racing, in which is can't believe it's gone by so fast, but it's been a fun season for sure. Just and we just want everybody to come check us out. Our fun group be around. We always make each other laugh, even on track, saying dumb stuff sometimes.
Mhm.
So, especially like Gab, remember Gab?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He would be saying dumb stuff and make us all laugh.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, we just want to be out there to have fun and not have anybody's going to be all stupid and wreck somebody just because the child racing because it can't win. We're not going to put up with that kind of stuff. So if you're that type of person, they'll come.
Yeah, exactly. If you're that type of person, this league's not for you. And you can just hear by the way that Matt talks about this league, how much he's enjoyed it, how much he likes to run it, how good the group of people that he has running this league and racing each week really is. And that should speak volumes. So please, everybody, check them out. Again, we'll have them up on Twitter, Instagram. But yeah, so this has been Johnny on the track. Thank you all for listening, and thank you, Matt, for being a part of this episode. We'll see you next week.
Yep. Thank you.
See you, Matt.
Later.